Just a couple of poems. These things are awesome. Okay. This one is called What Did. All right. Remember, these are Shel Silverstein. I'm going to show you the illustration here. Got a carrot, and a pen, and some chalk, and a teapot, and they have legs and faces. Okay. What did the carrot say to the wheat? Let us rest, I'm feeling beat. What did the paper say to the pen? I feel quite all right, my friend. And what did the teapot say to the chalk? Well, nothing, you silly. Teapots can't talk. Ooh, shaking. Check it out. It is a little girl lifting a cow. The cow doesn't appear to like it. The dust jacket's coming off. I'm going to just put this to the side here. Okay. Shaking. Geraldine, now stop shaking that cow, for heaven's sakes. Your sake and the... I'm going to start again. I messed that up. Geraldine, now stop shaking the cow, for heaven's sake. For your sake and the cow's sake. That's the dumbest way I've seen to make a milkshake. She's shaking the cow to get a milkshake. Yeah. Ah, good coffee. All right. Next we have... Ooh, signals. Traffic light. You guys see that? There we go. When the light is green, you go. When the light is red, you stop. But what do you do when the light turns blue with orange and lavender spots? That's a good question. Okay. Now we're on picture puzzle piece. The little piece of a puzzle down there in the corner. One picture puzzle piece lying on the sidewalk. One picture puzzle piece soaking in the rain. It might be a button of blue on the coat of the woman who lived in a shoe. It might be a magical bean, or a fold in the red velvet robe of a queen. It might be the one little bite of the apple her stepmother gave to Snow White. It might be the veil of a bride, or the bottle with some evil genie inside. It might be a small tuft of hair on the big bouncy belly of Bobo the bear. It might be a bit of the cloak of the Witch of the West as she melted to smoke. It might be a shadowy trace of a tear that runs down an angel's face. Nothing has more possibilities than one old wet picture puzzle piece. Kind of cool. A little chunk of a picture could be part of anything, couldn't it? Let's do a couple more here. Yeah, let's do these two. This one's called Put Something In. There's no illustration for this. Draw a crazy picture. Write a nutty poem. Sing a mumble-gumble song. Whistle through your comb. Do a loony-goony dance across the kitchen floor. Put something silly in the world that ain't been there before. And monsters I've met's the next one here. Got a little friend standing next to, well, a monster. Monsters I've met. I met a ghost, but he didn't want my head. He only wanted to know the way to Denver. I met a devil, but he didn't want my soul. He only wanted to borrow my bike a while. I met a vampire, but he didn't want my blood. He only wanted 2 nickels for a dime. I keep meeting all the right people at all the wrong times. It's almost like the narrator here met them at the right times. I'd rather meet a ghost who did not want my head, right? I'd rather meet a ghost who only wanted to know the way to Denver. I lied, I want to read another one. Ooh, this one's a big one. All right, check it out. It's children, and they're all singing, playing instruments. This one's called Rock and Roll Band. If we were a rock and roll band, we'd travel all over the land. We'd play and we'd sing and wear spangly things if we were a rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band and we were up there on the stand, the people would hear us and love us and cheer us. Hooray for that rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band, then we'd have millions of fans. We'd giggle and laugh and sign autographs if we were a rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band, the people would all kiss our hands. We'd be millionaires and have extra long hair if we were a rock and roll band. But we ain't no rock and roll band, we're just 7 kids in the sand, with homemade guitars and pails and jars and drums of potato chip cans. Just 7 kids in the sand, talking and waving our hands, and dreaming and thinking, oh, wouldn't it be grand if we were a rock and roll band? The children are all pretending to be a band. Well, I think they are a band, right? Probably a pretty good one in their imagination. All right, cool. I just wanted to read a few for you guys. I like these poems. They make me happy. Tomorrow I'll explain why this gentleman has no pants. There's his behind. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.